This generation of the Camaro debuted in 2016 to rave reviews, and in the time since, it has won prestigious awards such as Motor Trend Car of the Year and Car and Driver's 10 Best for 3 years running. With that in mind, it's not surprising that Chevy hasn't made any major changes for 2018. But we will point out anything we see, and as always, we'll be talking about all the trim levels as well. With the refreshed Mustang just hitting the lots, let's see if the Camaro still feels fresh. We would like to specially thank Sutherland Chevrolet for giving us access to today's vehicle. If you would like to check out their beautiful dealership and extensive inventory of new Chevys, we have provided a link to their website in the video description. Smart Entry comes standard on both of the SS trims, so they all get this nice key fob. If you choose the automatic transmission, you'll also have remote start. The biggest focus of the SS is of course the engine, so we'll start there. In a lot of ways, the Camaro steps on the toes of the Corvette, and that starts here with the engine they share. This is the LT1 6.2-liter V8. Putting out both 455 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque. That's good for a Stingray matching 0 to 60 time of 4 seconds flat with the automatic. That automatic transmission is an 8-speed auto, and it can be optioned onto both trims to take the place of the traditional 6-speed manual. While purists will definitely want to stick with that, the automatic also adds better fuel economy to the faster performance. Thanks to cylinder deactivation, automatic SS's are rated at 17 city, 27 highway, 20 combined, compared to 16 city, 25 highway, 19 combined without it. Both are still better than in the Mustang GT. Now let's move on to the exterior styling and features. Styling-wise, nothing has changed for 2018, so you'll continue to find the same evolutionary design cues. That means you have an aggressive split grille filled in with a black pattern. The black bow tie is a dealer option. Turning to the headlights, they are recessed back even with the grille for an unmistakable look. The headlights themselves are always HIDs with LED accenting. And you also have an LED daytime running light. The hood vents are exclusive to the SS. Moving on up to the wheels, Chevy nicely includes giant 20-inch wheels standard on the SS. We have one of the many optional combinations, the 5-spoke low-gloss painted alloy wheels. But the standard ones are exactly the same, just silver. For brakes, the SS has Brembo's standard, 13.6 inches in the front and 13.3 inches in the rear, both 4-piston ventilated. High-performance Goodyear summer tires are also included. Moving to the mirrors, you have to go up to the 2SS to get goodies like heating and auto-dimming. It'll also get you blind spot monitoring, something you'll definitely want on a car like this. While the Mustang is just now adding this feature, the Camaro could always be had with magnetic ride control. This system adjusts the suspension above each wheel independently every millisecond for both performance and comfort. For safety, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety rates the Camaro as good in all of its tests, except for the new passenger side small front overlap, where it has not yet been tested. It also isn't available with any active safety features, which keeps it from being a top safety pick. Lastly, I want to mention 2 packaging changes. First, the 1LE Track Performance package is now available on the 2SS with its enhanced luxury. And second, there is now a Redline edition that adds some pretty cool styling elements, but nothing performance oriented. Around back, the look is wide and aggressive, and again kind of Corvette-like. Those looks are helped by this giant rear spoiler, which comes standard on every SS. We also have really thin LED taillights, but there's no dynamic turn signals or anything. And of course, finishing off the look are quad exhaust outlets, piping out that satisfying burble. Underneath our $300 carbon fiber fuel door, you'll find a generously sized 19-gallon fuel tank. That's enough to get it a 380-mile range with the automatic, and 361 miles with the manual. Both numbers are substantially better than in the equivalent Mustang. It does request premium fuel. Well, that does it for the outside, so now it's time to get inside and warm up. Even though it's been 3 years since this generation came out, the cabin still has a modern look to it. We have probably the blandest option, jet black, but the 2SS offers some much cooler options, such as the Adrenaline Red, Ceramic White, Medium Ash Gray, or Kalahari. The 1SS is restricted to black or gray cloth seating. As we slide over to the door trim, it also has an attractive modern design. The armrest and most of the surrounding areas are covered in stitched leather, and Chevy does use real aluminum trim. There's even more leather up here. As expected, both windows are one-touch automatic. The 2SS also includes 2-person memory functions. The driver's seat is 8-way power adjusting on both the 1 and 2SS, but there's no lumbar. The leather itself feels premium and the bolstering is aggressive. If you need even more, Recaro seats are available optionally. First getting inside, the feeling is a little confining, but the actual look of the cabin is upscale. The top of the dash is hard-touch plastic, but with a really nice graining, and the middle portion is leather with contrast stitching. This lower area is also leather stitched, and overall all the pieces feel tightly put together and solid. The SS has standard push-button start. This 8-inch display with MyLink is also standard, but I'm not really sure why it's angled downwards. On the SS, Chevy includes these upgraded gauges standard. They feature a large 8-inch multifunction display in the middle, along with traditional gauges on the side. As a lot of you know by now, this General Motors version is one of my favorites in the industry, mainly because of the immense amount of info and the customizability. I also like the special performance metrics that have been added for Camaro duty. To go along with that, you also have a nice heads-up display. It can move, and of course you can change what info is displayed there. So taken as a whole, this is a seriously impressive setup. The SS has heavy-feeling electric power steering, fed through this perfectly designed flat-bottom leather-wrapped wheel. You have cruise and a heated steering wheel button on the 2SS. The other side is basically controls for the display. Finally, the wheel does tilt and telescope. Of course, storage is not what you buy a muscle car for, but it's still important. The center console is very small, but you could fit a phone or something else to plug into the USB ports. If you have a phone that supports wireless charging, you also have this pad on 2SS. There is also a 12-volt outlet. Obviously, we have the automatic with this really nice shifter. Pressing to the side activates manual mode, where you can use the standard paddles. When in reverse, the backup camera pops up. The image is nice and large, with dynamic guidance lines and parking sensors on the 2SS. Below the shifter is the drive mode selector. There are 4 modes: Tour, Sport, and Track, plus a snow mode. Additionally, each mode changes the interior light colors. And there is an electronic parking brake as well. Both trims come with automatic climate control, dual zone on the 2SS. It has a unique layout where you adjust the temperatures by twisting the vents. It's really intuitive, and I like that all the other controls are clustered in the same general area and not split up. On the 2SS, you'll also have 3-stage heated and 3-stage ventilated seats, but the 1SS gets neither. Now let's sample the Bose 9-speaker sound system, standard on the 2SS. Sound quality is impressively well balanced and punchy. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the MyLink system. This 8-inch display is very responsive and the graphics look good. In audio, you have the standard affair of controls, and you can pair your phone through the standard Bluetooth. Here are all your other audio sources. Lining the top, you have shortcuts to different apps. Going into phone, you have all your regular stuff, and you can scroll through a list of your synced over contacts. Projection is where the standard Android Auto and Apple CarPlay would show up if I had my phone connected. This is particularly useful since you can't get integrated navigation at all on the 1SS, and it costs $500 extra on the 2SS. If you choose to buy integrated nav, you'll be pleasantly surprised by the nice graphics, smooth zooming, and scrolling. The last thing I want to show off is the neat spectrum lighting that comes on the 2SS. You can pick between tons of different colors for the cabin to be illuminated with, or they can link to certain drive modes. There's also a show mode that cycles through all the different colors on the doors, cup holders, and a few other spots. That's all I'm going to cover in this video, but if you'd like to see a more detailed look at the MyLink system, then follow the link provided in the description to our tech help tutorial. All Camaros get this nice looking frameless glass rearview mirror, but only the 2SS gets auto dimming abilities. 2SS also has these universal remotes. A power sunroof can be optioned onto any SS Camaro. There's nothing particularly special about it, but the Mustang can't get one at all. So the Camaro's interior still stands out for being legitimately nice, not just compared to Camaros of yore, but to all sports cars. Besides for the visibility, it's a very everyday livable car. So great job overall. Now I'll hand it over to Mason to show off the cargo area and back seats.
Heading around to the trunk, you'll find a decent amount of space. To open it, just use the key fob. Once it opens up, you'll find 9.1 cubic feet of capacity, which is quite a bit behind the Mustang's 13.5 cubic feet. I do still think it's enough for most buyers, and Chevy was nice enough to let the seats fold for more space. For those of you wondering, the convertible is rated at 7.3 cubic feet. To get into the back seats, you have to fold the seat forward with this lever. Since it doesn't slide automatically, you also have to slide it up. That gives you a cramped 29.9 inches of legroom and 33.4 inches of headroom, or in other words, for kids and short distances only. Once you get settled in, you'll find an acceptable amount of space, but keep in mind that the seat is scooted all the way up. The seats themselves are comfortable buckets, but there's not much in the way of amenities. Even though it is average for the class, this back seat is really just for kids and short distances only. As you can tell, the seat is 6-way power adjusting on all Camaro SS's. Materials in front of the passenger are top-notch, with padded plastic and stitching across the dash. The glove box is dampened and good-sized. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed watching one of the first in-depth reviews on this 2018 Chevy Camaro SS. Stay watching for a quick look at the pricing, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.